Well, tonight, our Made in Hawaii segment features a company that was born right here in the islands and represents Hawaii all over the world.
Now, this company brings visitors, thousands of visitors to our shores every year, supporting our #1 industry, tourism. And for Kama'aina, it helps us mark milestones and to make memories. Here's Yanji Denise with a look at Hawaiian Airlines.
Takeoff 4 right, Echo 5
High above Pearl Harbor, Hawaiian Airlines CEO Mark Dunkerley is at the controls, giving us an in-flight history lesson.
This airplane is Hawaii's very first airplane. Dates back to 1929, and it really started it all for the company. It started it all in many ways for accessible aviation here in the island.
We're up in the Balanca, the very plane Hawaiian Airlines brought to the islands to take people sightseeing and get them comfortable with the idea of flying. The year was 1929, the same year the company started inter-island travel.
The modified version of this airplane is the one that flew first from Japan to the United States.
Dunkerley is an experienced pilot. He's in his element flying this 87-year-old aircraft. Then he takes a huge gamble.
Now, you're going to do the flying. Okay, ready? I'm on my brake.
I'm too scared to do this.
You're doing great. We're still alive.
I think it's time for you to take that over.
I've honestly never been more nervous.
So you can see it's pretty straightforward. You're halfway to your license.
I'm terrified.
But what a view. Imagine the thrill for those first passengers when soaring to these heights was so rare. The ride was a lot bumpier then and a lot louder. No pressurized planes, so this is what travelers were handed as they got on board.
Wrigley's chewing gum and cotton for your ears, so you could chew gum. And they were we didn't have pressurized aircraft until 1952. So
the gum pops your ears.
Yeah, so the gum pops your ears, and they were very noisy airplanes.
Former pilot turned Hawaiian Airlines archivist, Captain Rick Rogers, maintains this treasure trove of Hawaiian Airlines archives, a collection of artifacts, uniforms, and photographs from nearly 90 years in business.
You look at our early training material or our early photographs, and the focus is the same as today. It's on safety, first and foremost always, but right with it was grace and customer service and projecting aloha and friendliness.
Hawaiian Airlines has grown tremendously from those first inter-island flights in the 1920s and 30s. Today, it's the 8th largest airline in the world, but it hasn't always been a smooth ride.
If you're going to work in the airline business, you've got to be prepared for the volatility, the ups and downs, and this is a company that's had a few ups and many downs.
The company's gone through price wars, layoffs, failed routes, and even 2 bankruptcies in 1993 and 10 years later in 2003. So how has it survived as so many others have disappeared?
When push comes to shove, we operate the same airplanes as any other airline does. We put people in the same kind of seats. We fly the same kind of routes. But what really is Hawaiian about us, what makes us different, are the terrific employees we have.
There are quite a few multi-generation employees, like the Hughes.
Did you hang up your coat?
Mom Audrey is an administrator, her son Steven is a pilot, and son Chris oversees cargo and neighbor island sales.
It's a very tight-knit airline. We really put that ohana feeling out in every aspect. And it's nice to be a part of something that is family-oriented.
Audrey Yu has worked here for 4 decades. Her sons grew up as passengers and now love being a part of the airline.
Working for Hawaiian gives me a chance to give back to the company that was able to give us all those benefits.
The way we speak and treat people, from the time you enter the plane, you're immersed into our culture.
Hawaiian consistently ranks #1 for being on time. It's added new routes to Japan this year and employs 6,000 people around the world. But again and again, people will tell you what sets it apart is its aloha.
When you get on the airplane, it's instant. the difference. You just sense it, you feel it, you smell it. When you get onto Hawaiian Airlines, you are in the Hawaiian Islands. You're just there. You're already there as soon as you step on the airplane.
Made in Hawaii, representing Hawaii. Yunji Denise, KITV Island News.
Made in Hawaii. And boy, Yunji got to fly the plane.
Look at that. I had no clue that Yunji was at the helm there, but to think about them giving you 2 chiclets of gum and the cotton while you got on board, and to see how far the
Everything
airline
has changed.
come.
Yeah. All right. Good story. All right. When we come back, we'll have a recap of today's top headlines and one last check of sports and weather.
You're watching KITV Island News at 6. Stay with us.